The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Good job. We'll do it one more time with names. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. There's Layla and Amina and Lindy and Kenwan. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Good job, boys and girls. How are you today? I hope you are great and that you had a great weekend. We had a long weekend. We had 3 days with no school. That's right. Today's already Tuesday. All right, are you going to help me with a rhyme today? You might have heard this rhyme before, and I have a friend who's going to be in our rhyme. Do you know what kind of animal this is? Do you know what he is? He's a sheep. He's a sheep. Usually sheep have white fur, and in my song, it's supposed to have white fur, but I didn't have a sheep with white fur, so we're going to use my sheep with gray fur today. Okay? Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, his fleece was white as snow. He followed her to school one day, school one day, school one day. He followed her to school one day, a place where lambs don't go. Where did my lamb, my baby sheep, where did my lamb go in the story? He went to school. Are you supposed to have sheep? Are you supposed to have lambs at school? No, that's against the rules. Mary was not allowed to take her sheep to school because that's against the rules. We're going to be talking about rules today, so that's why we sang that song. We're talking about rules. Do you know what rules are? Yeah, rules are kind of the things that keep us safe, things that you should do and things that you should not do so that everybody can stay safe. All right, I brought some rules to show you. These are some rules we have at school. What are those boys and girls doing in that picture? Yeah, are they cleaning their toys up? Here's their basket, and there's their broom. It says, "We help keep our classroom clean." That's a good rule, to keep your classroom clean. Here's another one. What are they doing? Yeah, they're playing. It says, "We play safely." Are they using the blocks like blocks? Yeah, is she sitting on her bottom on the swing and holding on? Yeah, they're being safe. Good job. I have some other ones. I like this one. We listen to the teachers. So they're sitting down while she reads a book and they're listening. They're using their ears. They're listening to the teacher. Good job. Here's the last one. We are nice to others. We are nice to others. They're being good friends. Yeah. They're giving each other a high five. They're giving each other a hug. They're being nice friends. Do you have any rules at your house? Yeah, everybody has to have rules. I have some rules for houses too. These might be some of the rules you have at your house. At your house, do you need to keep your hands to yourself? I think they're brothers. They're not being very nice in that picture. Share your toys. Do you have to share with your baby brother or baby sister? Or maybe your big brother or big sister? How about this one? That's a rule at my house. It says no fits in this house. We don't use fits. We use big people voices. We don't throw fits. Picking up our toys. Using table manners. Listening to grown-ups. Yeah, those are good rules. Now we're going to practice a game that can help you to play or to know how to follow rules. You may have played this game before. It's called Simon Says. Have you played that game before? I thought some of you had. All right, when we do Simon Says, you have to make sure you're standing up and you have space so you don't hit anybody. And you have to use your listening ears. If I say, Simon says, put your hands on your head, then you have to put your hands on your head. If I say, Simon says, jump up and down, then you have to jump up and down. But if I say, put your finger on your nose, if I didn't say Simon says, then don't do it. Are you ready? Can you listen and try to do the game? All right, are you ready? Simon says, put your hands on your tummy. Good job. Simon says, put your hands on your toes. Simon says, jump up and down. Stop. Oh, did I trick you? Simon didn't say. Simon says, stop. Simon says, turn around. Simon says, wiggle your ears. Put your fingers on your nose. Good job. Simon didn't say. Simon says, put your fingers on your nose. Good job. One more. Simon says, go sit down. Good job. Did you go sit down? That is a fun game to play. You could play that game some more today, and you could even go outside, and Simon could tell you to do some things all outside in your yard too and get some energy out. All right, we're going to read a book today about an animal. He goes outside too in the book. And it's an animal that is furry, and he has triangle ears, and he says, meow. Do you think you know what the book is going to be about? Let's see if you're right. Charlie Anderson. Boys and girls, today I wanted to show you that this is called the cover of the book. Can you say that? Cover, that is right. And our title of our story is Charlie Anderson, just like I just read, Charlie Anderson. And we have an author. The author is Barbara Abercrombie, and the illustrator is Mark Graham. The author, Barbara, she wrote this story. She did all the words. And Mark, the illustrator, he drew the pictures, which are so beautiful in this story. He is a good artist. Yeah. Charlie Anderson. Does anybody know what kind of an animal that is? What is that? You're right. That is a cat. Gatto. A cat. Charlie Anderson. I keep seeing this cat, Gatto, on every page. What do you think this story is going to be about? Yeah, you might be right. I'm guessing it is about a kitty cat, a Gatto. One cold night, a cat walked out of the woods, up the steps, across the deck, and into where Elizabeth and Sarah lived. Good job. What time of day is it right now in this story? What time of day is it? Nighttime. That is right. Noche. Good job. And cats are kind of like Chester. What's that called when you're awake at nighttime? What's that called? That was a big word. Nocturnal. Do you remember that word? Nocturnal. He curled up next to their fireplace to get warm. That looks like a cozy, calm spot. He watched the 6 o'clock news on TV. He tasted their dinner. I hope they don't care that he's eating their food. He tried out their beds. He looks like he thinks that's a good spot too. He decided to stay, and the girls named him Charlie. Every morning, Charlie disappeared into the woods again. Do you see him sneaking out the door? Yeah, he's going out the door. And here, the girls are watching him sneak out into the woods. Where do you think Charlie might be going? Do you have any guesses? Those are good guesses. Let's see if your thinking is right. I have a guess too in my head. Good readers do that. They make guesses about what they're reading. At night, when he came home, Elizabeth brushed him clean, fed him dinner, and made a space for him at the foot of her bed. He liked Elizabeth's bed the best. Sometimes she would wake up in the middle of the night and hear him purring in the dark. Sarah called him baby. Is he a baby? No, he's not a baby. He's a cat. He's a gato, not a baby. And she dressed him up in doll clothes. Does his face look like he likes that? I don't think so either. I don't think he likes being in doll clothes. When it snowed, Elizabeth and Sarah's mother heated Charlie's milk before he left for the woods. You see she cooked it in a pot on the stove to make it warm for Charlie. He grew fatter and fatter, and every day he purred louder. Is he sleeping right now? On weekends, the girls stayed with their father and stepmother in the city. They wanted to bring Charlie with them, but their mother said he'd miss the woods. Charlie is a country cat, she told them. I think that makes the girls sad that they can't bring Charlie with them. But Charlie needs to stay at his home. One stormy night, Charlie didn't come home. Elizabeth and Sarah stayed out on the deck and called his name, but no Charlie. Where was he? Why wouldn't he come out of the woods? Was he all right? I think they're feeling that same feeling that Chester felt. Do you remember what that feeling was called? Yeah, they're worried. Do you see their worried faces? They're feeling worried. All night long, Elizabeth listened to the rain beating on the roof and the wind rattling the windows. Was he cold? Was he hurt? Where was Charlie? I am making guesses in my head of where Charlie could be. Are you making guesses? That's what good readers do. They guess when they're reading. In the morning, Elizabeth and Sarah looked for him. They asked the lady down the road if she'd seen their cat. She said no and offered them cookies, but they were too worried to eat anything, even her chocolate chip cookies. They're still worried, aren't they? They went to the new house on the other side of the woods. "Have you seen our cat?" they asked. "His name is Charlie. He's very fat and he has gray striped fur." "We have a cat with gray striped fur," said the man, "but his name's not Charlie, it's Anderson. He's upstairs, asleep on our bed." They heard a meow, and down the stairs came a very fat cat with gray striped fur. "Charlie!" Sarah and Elizabeth cried. "No, that's Anderson," said the woman. "We've had him for 7 years. Right, Anderson?" He looked at her and began to purr. That's confusing. Do you think it's Charlie or is it Anderson? What do you think? "But it is Charlie," Sarah said. He looked at her and purred louder. "Is he ever here at night?" Elizabeth asked. "Anderson is a hunter," said the man. "He prowls the woods at night." That's making me think really hard about what might be happening to the cat. Is it Charlie? Is it Anderson? Or is it the same cat? "Charlie sleeps in my bed at night," Elizabeth said. "He leaves the woods after breakfast." "Anderson comes home at breakfast time," said the woman. "He leaves right after dinner." They all looked at the cat. He sat at their feet, very happy and very fat. They call him Charlie Anderson now. Yeah, he was both. He spent the nighttime at Elizabeth and Sarah's house, and he spent the daytime at the grown-up's house. What a silly kitty. Sometimes in bed at night, Elizabeth asks him, "Who do you love best, Charlie Anderson?" And she can hear him purring in the dark. Just like Elizabeth and Sarah, Charlie has 2 houses, 2 beds, 2 families who love him. He is a lucky cat. There's Charlie Anderson looking in the mirror. And it's showing that Sarah and Elizabeth have their mom's house and they have their dad's house. And Charlie Anderson has Elizabeth and Sarah's house, and he has the house with the grown-ups across the woods. They both have 2 houses. The end. Did you like the book Charlie Anderson? I thought you might like that. He was kind of a funny cat, didn't he? He had 2 families. One of his families was Sarah and Elizabeth. Do you remember? Yeah, and the other family were the man and lady. See if I can find their picture. The man and lady who live across the woods. Remember, Charlie lived with one family at daytime and one family at nighttime. That was kind of funny. Some of you might have 2 houses that you go to too. Maybe you have your mom's house and maybe you have your dad's house. Or maybe sometimes you go over to grandma's house or your aunt or uncle's house. Yeah, we all have different houses that we go to, don't we? And that's okay, just like Charlie Anderson had 2 houses. Good job. All right, your work today is a fun assignment. Okay, so make sure you check it out online. You get to cook something, and I cannot wait to see pictures of all the fun things that my friends cook. You could cook something that you have to cook. Maybe you have to use the stove. And if you do, who do you think should help you? That's right, a grown-up. They should do the hot part, right? But you can help mix. Or you might make something that doesn't need to be cooked at all. Maybe you have cereal and pretzels and raisins, and you can mix them all up together and make a snack mix. So think of something fun that you guys want to cook today. You could even just help cook dinner. But I want to see some fun pictures of all the good things that you guys cook with somebody at home. Have a super day, boys and girls. Bye.